Hello junkies. So this is the purpose of this video is just for me to document, okay, and investigate on my own my suspicions if I actually got a knockoff version of this figure. Okay, so let us start. So as you all know, Black Widow or Blackarachnia already has a knockoff version. Okay, so uh, I'm highly suspecting that I might have gotten a KO. So I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm not really sure. So this is not to defame, okay, defame the seller. Okay, I'm just doing my own observations. Okay, and to actually debunk some of my misconceptions regarding how to spot, okay, KOs. So as you can see, just by looking at the box, it's kind of hard to know. It's kind of hard to know if the product is actually a KO. Okay, so this one is the item in question, the one in the left, on the left, the one on the left, and then the one on the right is the authentic one. Okay, authentic one. So let us take a look at the box. Okay, so it's the shiny detail, as you can see. Okay, is there, and also here in the original. Okay, in the original. Okay, so the front, okay, of this one, the item in question is pretty much the same. Here also at the top, they're the same. Okay, the side, okay, the side. So I just have to remove. This one is just tape. Okay, scotch tape, cellophane tape, excess. Okay, it's pretty much still the same. Other side. Okay, other side. Okay, of course, this one came with the price tag, but it was removed. And then at the back, so this one is the original. And this one is in the item in question. Okay. So you can see they're really the same, okay? Really the same. So maybe I already have an original copy, right? Just by looking at the box. Okay, if you will look at it side by side, they really are the same. Okay, so the only difference, okay, the only difference in the box, okay, is this one. Okay, so the the so-called authentic one, okay, has this sticker. But of course, this sticker, I also have this one. Okay, I also have that sticker in another masterpiece figure. So would you excuse me? I'll just get that one. Okay, so for Sunstreaker here, this one is the box of Sunstreaker. So they also have this one. Okay, so this sticker is not really a proof of authenticity. Okay, so that sticker, based on my Weasley research, so my humble research, that sticker is just for the Chinese, okay, Chinese market. Okay, so if it doesn't have this one, okay, if it doesn't have this one, it doesn't mean that it is not authentic. Okay, however, the main difference, okay, the main difference of this packaging, okay, is that okay, this one is somewhat embossed. This one, no, not really embossed. Okay, but this one has a deeper stamp. Okay, this one has a deeper stamp. So that is just the only difference. Okay, that's the only difference of these boxes. But however, I have heard that the KOs, okay, KOs usually do not have a stamped, okay, do not have a stamped, what do you call this, stamped serial number. I think that's the serial, okay. Unlike this one is deeply stamped. Okay, and it also has a different number. I don't know what this number means. Okay, so that is the only thing suspicious or different. They are different with both boxes. Okay, so virtually they're both the same. Okay, and also the price point. Okay, the price point. This one I got for around $65. Okay, and this one is near. Okay, this one is near the recommended price point. So if you're wondering where I got that reference, okay, you may go to the website of the Takara Tomy, okay, the Japanese one. So that's why you need to open that website. You need to open that website using a browser that can actually translate. Okay, that can actually translate. There's a table there that will show you the recommended prices. Okay, the recommended prices for each of these. Okay, so box wise, there's not much difference. Okay, aside from that stamped number and that sticker. Okay, which may or may not be a good reference. Okay, a good reference for whether this one is a knockoff or not. Okay, so the next portion we will focus on the figure itself. Okay, the figure itself. So we will open this one. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to open this one. So we start with the. We will start with the authentic one. Okay, authentic one. So we are going to open this. Okay, we're going to open this finally. Okay, and then we are going to inspect. We are going to inspect the materials. Okay, so here is the authentic one. Okay, fresh inside the clamshell. Okay, fresh from the clamshell. So it looks amazing. However, this one, okay, the item in question, okay, also has the same. Of course, I just returned this one in the box. Okay, so it doesn't contain the figure. So let me just get the figure. So here it is. Okay, so this one is the figure. So I have already played around with this one. It looks amazing, as you can see. It looks amazing, and pretty much it has the same. It has the same accessories. It pretty much has the same accessories. So I'm seeing the same accessories here. Okay, so let me just put this one back so it can we can complete the look. Okay, complete the look of the beast mode. Okay, so they're pretty much the same here. Okay, they're pretty much the same. Okay, out of the box. So let me just get the figure out. Okay, the figure out. So we will just take a look at the figure out of the box. Okay, so let me just take this off. Okay, sorry, I'm not showing it on the camera. Okay, so there we are. Okay, not much difference. Okay, in the way they tape this figure in the clamshell, so we cannot actually make that as a clue. Okay, if we have a knockoff in our hands. Okay, so right now they're still both looks authentic. So if you can see here in the camera, okay, you can see here in the camera they have engraved numbers. Okay, 614968. Okay, so this one also 614968. Okay, if I hope I can read it, you can read that one, right? Okay, so both of them look amazing. Okay, both of them look amazing. Let's look at that. Okay, so first we look at this mode. So this one is the one in question. Okay, and this one is the authentic one. Okay, as you can see, wait, let's just fix this one. Okay, I think I did it wrong. Okay, so if you would look at them, okay, they're pretty much the same. I mean, look at that. Look at the semblance. Okay, so this one I think I did the transformation wrong. So this one is the default. Okay, so if you would look at them, okay, there you are. So both of them look shiny. Okay, look shiny. Okay. So we will look underneath. Okay, so underneath pretty much the same. Okay, pretty much the same. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so I will just lay down the accessories for the next part. I think I saw a subtle difference. Okay, this is just a subtle difference. Okay, and I hope you can see it. Okay, you can see it. So let me put them side by side. Okay, it looks like the authentic one has a darker shade of maroon. Okay, a darker shade of maroon. So let in this portion. So let us see if this one will be evident later in the robot mode. Okay, so I've now laid down the accessories. Okay, as you can see, they're pretty much the same. Okay, they're pretty much the same. Okay, so now the default faces are just different because I put on the different face. Okay, in the other in the item in question. So now the item in question is only this very minor difference. Okay, I hope you can see this one. Oh, it doesn't focus. Just minor, very minor. Yeah, very minor. You can see this there. I hope you can see that minor paint chips in the upper lip. Okay, it still has that red thing there. Okay, the color of the eyes are the same, but however in this one, the authentic one, it doesn't contain much paint chips. Okay, so let us put them side by side. Okay, so the left one will be the item in question, and then the one on the right is the authentic one. Okay, so that's the only difference I've seen in the face. Okay, weapons, okay, pretty much the same also. Pretty much the same also as the way I see it. Okay, so even the color of the Predacon logo, it's the same. Okay. However, the logo tends to be a little more vibrant. Yeah, a little more vibrant, but that might be just a minor uh, issue. But I don't know if I will document this as something different. Okay, so there. The webs are pretty much the same. Yeah, the webs are pretty much the same. However, this is the one of the differences. Okay, so the one on the right is from the authentic one, and then the item in question is on the left. As you can see, the peg holder is considerably darker blue. A darker blue. Also the adapter. Is also the adapter. The adapter from the item in question tends to be more blue. Okay, tends to be more blue. This one has a lighter blue. A lighter blue. So that is just one of the differences, but those are really just minor in my opinion. But it could spell the difference. So now here, hopefully you can also see this one. Oops, it got detached. So I'm just going to attach them again. Okay. There, hopefully you can see this. Okay, hopefully you can see this one. Okay, the one on the right is the authentic one. Okay, the one on the right is the authentic one. As you can see, it's greener. Okay, it's greener. Okay, I'm moving it because you might think that the green, okay, the green in my wall in the doors is actually giving off the green. Okay, so let me exchange that one. Okay, so now the item in question. Okay, now the item in question is the one on the right. Okay, you might accuse me of how will I show this one fairly? Okay, so you can see, okay, this one from the authentic one tends to be greener as compared to the item in question. Okay, authentic item in question. Okay, it tends to be greener. Okay, it tends to be greener. So those are just some of the differences. Stands, I cannot see any difference at all. The stand, they look the same, okay, to me. Another small difference will be, okay, the instruction manual in the cards. Okay, so from the authentic one, okay, the authentic one, the way it is folded, that it was folded was like this. Okay, so this one, unlike this one, okay, it is folded like this. Okay, it's folded like this. So this one is like this. Okay, this one is folded like this. And the card from the authentic one feels harder. Okay, feels harder as compared to this one. Okay, tends to be softer. It tends to be softer. So let me put it side by side. Okay, as you can see. So this one, the one underneath is from the authentic one. And the item in question is the one on top. Okay. As for the quality of the manual, it's pretty much the same. Okay, pretty much the same. This one, okay, the card from the item in question is thinner. Okay, it's thinner. This one is just thicker. Okay, this one is thicker. So I don't know if those are actually these are reliable features of the authentic. Okay, because I don't really know if there were authentic items that the manuals were folded this way and the cards are actually this thin. Okay, so I'm not sure. However, this one is the authentic one. So there are subtle differences. Yeah, there are subtle differences in the accessories. Okay, so now we can go to the robot mode. Okay, before we go to the robot mode, I have analyzed this, you call this in the butt portion of the beast mode. Okay, so the one on the left is the item in question, and then the one on the right is the one who is the authentic one. Okay, as you can see, okay, so you can see the one on the right is considerably shinier. Okay, considerably shinier. So let me just put them together. Okay, look at that. It tends to be shinier. This one, the from the authentic one, and also, but this is just very subtle. Okay, this one is very subtle. The bronze painting, okay, the bronze painting is more vibrant for the authentic one here. And also the location of the peg. Okay, the location of the peg here. Okay, the location of the peg here tends to be higher for the item in question, and as compared to this one, okay, the authentic one, which is down that line. Okay, unlike there, so and also if you would compare, okay, the panels, okay, on the side, look at that. The authentic one is shinier as compared to this one. Okay, so that's another difference. And also, as you can see, the red, okay, the color of this one is more vibrant as compared to this one. This one is the item in question. Okay, it has a more vibrant color. And also look at this one. Okay, in the authentic one, this part is shinier as compared to the item in question. It's not as shiny. Okay, whoops, let me. Okay, it's shiny, but this one is definitely shinier. Look at that. Okay, put them side by side. Okay, so this one is shinier compared to this one. Okay, this one is the item in question. During the transformation, I have seen this difference. Okay, this one is the item in question. As you can see, it's colored gold. However, if you would compare it to the authentic, it has a more vibrant gold in it. So I think you can see that. Okay. Okay. So that's another difference. So this one is the authentic. This one is the item in question. Okay. During transformation, another subtle difference. This one is the item in question. This one is the authentic. As you can see, they are painted differently. Okay, so this one has been painted bronze. This one is not. So this one is the authentic. Okay. Okay, so finally, their robot mode. As you can see, this one looks better painted, right? Because this is the authentic one. Okay, it has actually a more vibrant look to it. Okay, so the differences that I have seen is number one. Look at this, the painting on the head sculpt. And painting on the head sculpt. Hopefully my camera will cooperate. There you go. Hopefully you can appreciate it. The gold, okay, the gold area here, okay, the gold area here is not as shiny as compared to this one. This here, it's not really that apparent. But on the actual figure, I can actually see it here. The lines are complete. Okay. And then in the chest area, you can see that the lines, okay, those crooked lines in the chest or the breast are darker brown as compared to this one. They are more faint. Okay, they're more faint as compared to this one. Nope. And that Predacon symbol, okay, here in the collar is actually painted better as compared to this one. This one doesn't even look aligned to me. So the paint work is a little sloppy or not as good as this one. And this one has a good paint to it. Okay. Both abdominal areas are shiny. Okay. Both the abdominal areas are shiny. Only slight paint differences in the pelvis area. As you can see here, you can appreciate the black borders of the dots, the golden dots. And in the item in question, the black rims are somewhat thinner. So there's more gold. Okay? There's more gold than black as compared to this one, the authentic one. Okay? The black rims, okay, around the gold are better. The strength of this one though, okay, this item in question is that it has stronger ankle joints. Okay, it has stronger ankle joints. I mean, I can do that easily. Okay, I can fold this one back that easily. Unlike here in the authentic one, it really feels. There, I'm actually hesitating. It feels soft. Okay, it really feels soft. So I have to be careful in. I have to be careful in putting that one in. Color wise, feet the same. Okay. The paint on the joints. Okay, the paint on the joints. So look at that back. It has a more vibrant red here. Okay, the authentic one. And look at this one. It doesn't. The gold there here is that doesn't have the sparkle, unlike this one. You can see the difference in the vibrancy of the gold. Okay, the lower legs pretty much the same. However, this in the item in question has shinier. Okay, has shinier legs, but that was really subtle. Okay, another main difference will be the back of the arms. Okay, the back of the arms of the item in question. Look at this one, as compared to the authentic. Okay, as compared to the authentic one. Look at that. You see the difference? This one has not been completely painted purple. However, this one, the authentic one, has been painted purple. And also in the transformation, you have to tab this portion here in the collar. In the item in question, it was harder as compared to this one. Okay? As compared with this one. This one in the authentic, it was easier, okay, to put the that tab. Okay, so they have the same issue. The arms are falling off. The spider arms are falling off that easy. Okay, if it falls off easily. Do they have more differences? Not much anymore that I can see. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so that's it. Okay, just more subtle details, sorry, that I've seen. Look at this one. This one is from the authentic. The lines that you can see, the brown lines, is compared to this one, the item in question. So these are more prominently seen as compared to this one. I think it's the same. No, it's not the same in the other side. Yeah. They're pretty much the same, so this one is the only difference, but so subtle. Okay, so final thoughts. Okay, obviously this one, okay, the authentic one, is clearly different from this one, okay, as you've seen. However, this one is also well made. It actually feels good. It looks good. However, this one has the wow factor, okay, which are common with authentic masterpiece figures. So this one really seals the deal. Okay. However, this is also good. The only thing that I don't like to happen is that you are paying the price of this one for this one. Okay, so KO masterpiece figure should be priced at KO prices. Okay, that's the only thing that I want to convey in this video. Okay, and also for sellers, if they are really KOs, please call them KOs, okay? Because we are, as you can see, okay, of course, in reality, we cannot open the boxes, okay, while in the store, okay? We can only look at the outside of the box, okay? And we can only examine the outside of the box, and as you can see, it's really hard to tell. Okay, so that's why it's a call out to sellers that please help us, okay, because we are relying on you. Okay, in fact, me, okay, I'm relying on the sellers to actually tell me which is authentic or not. Okay, so you have to. I'm giving this a call to sellers that you, if you are actually selling chaos, call them chaos, call them authentic if they are authentic. Okay, so should I call this a knockoff? Not really, because I think I'm not in the position to say that because I'm not from Takaratomi anyway. So they're the only ones who can call this one a knockoff. However, there are differences. Okay, there are differences. So definitely this one is authentic because I got it from a very reliable source. Okay, but this one, I'm this close in actually calling this one a knockoff. Okay, so I hope this video helped you to actually try to examine the figures that you get so that you can get your money's worth. So again, thank you for watching.